we'll simply, well, we'll wait for your potential objections and see if we want to make amendments, and then we'll instruct the registry to file it, or whatever the procedure is for this protocol. Right, page limit of the prosecution's trial brief. Well, you again, Mr. Nichols, asked for this. How many pages are you asking for?
We'd ask for 160, Your Honor, an additional 40 pages. I think, I don't have the stats, but I think that's almost the standard now with the 120 is that the parties ask for some more. That's 40 less than in the Abdul-Rahman case, and I think we may use a little bit less than that, but we think that's what we really need to write a good brief.
Yeah, and is that with or without annexes? Because
well,
you got some help. You had some helpful annexes attached to the pre-confirmation brief.
Yes, that would be without annexes. We will avoid that issue that came up in the last trial about substance in the annexes that should have been in the brief, but that would be without the annexes, so that wouldn't include maps and charts.
No, that's right. Yeah, I think we have all. Yeah, we all agree. Yes. All right.
Thank you very much, Your Honors.
Right, then we're going to give some dates for the next status conferences. There'll be one, as I think we've already given the date, the 14th of July. Is that right? These are all dates that we'll put into the calendar, but if it turns out there's no need for anything to be discussed, then we may vacate them. But otherwise, it's 7th of September, 13th of October, and then the 2nd of November. I rather feel the one on the 7th of September, because by then we'll have had the reports, is likely to be an important one. And for that, certainly, Mr. Haynes, we would expect Mr. Duterte to be here, unless there's some medical issue. The final matter that I want to raise is this. Just a minute. And that's the question of statements being made by counsel to the media. This case has attracted, not surprisingly, a substantial amount of media interest in the Philippines in particular. That's not, of course, only mainstream media, but as is common these days, social media, and additionally appears to have provoked suppliers of what is undoubtedly fake news, and obviously fake news. The first thing we wish to emphasize is the need for the media to report to the public accurately and fairly what is said in court, and above all, to avoid speculation. That is important in any trial, and it's doubly important when it comes to a trial of serious allegations. And nothing could be more serious than these of criminal activity. Can I just issue a reminder to the media that anything which is said in private session may not be reported. Part of the reporting of the earlier proceedings in this case was not assisted by comments made by previous defense counsel Nicholas Kaufman to the media. On the 3rd of October of last year, the pretrial chamber issued a reminder to him to remember that he had a professional duty to be responsible respectful and courteous to the chamber. Regrettably, that reminder had no effect. On the 26th of April of this year, after the appeals chamber had made its decision on jurisdiction, Kaufman gave at least 2 interviews commenting on the decision. Some of those comments were his personal view of legal decisions made by the court as a whole, and were on any showing wholly inappropriate. The more so when made by counsel in the case. In the light of this previous history, this trial chamber feels it incumbent to repeat the reminder or warning to all counsel in the case, for the reasons that I have already expressed as to the importance of this trial. We see no reason why counsel should feel it necessary to make any comment to the media. The appropriate forum for counsel to raise matters is in the courtroom. Trials are not conducted by the court of public opinion, but by this court during the course of the proceedings. We should add finally that we are somewhat surprised to see that other than the catch-all type provisions which are contained in the Defence Code of Conduct, namely Articles 5, 7 and 24, no guidance on the topic of media comment is offered to counsel in any of the codes, in fact, those including for the prosecution. But of course it's particularly applicable to the Code for Defence Counsel. And we feel that this is a lacuna which should be rectified sooner rather than later. So, are there any other matters that counsel wish to raise at this stage? On either side? No. In that case, that concludes the status conference this morning.
All rise, we will away.
And mga kabombo, mga ka-Star Nation, naging maikli ang naturang status conference para sa kaso ni former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. At ito ay bahagi ng mga proseso na kinakailangan dyan sa paghimay ng kaso, yung crimes against humanity laban sa dating presidente. At present ho dyan ang mga hukom mula sa International Criminal Court na kinabibilangan itong sina Judge Joanna Conner, ang presiding judge, at yung mga iba pang huwes na siya hong humihimay nitong kaso po na ito. At naging buod ho nito, mga kabombo, yung tungkol doon sa pagsasapubliko nitong dating abogado ni former President Rodrigo Duterte ng ilang impormasyon. At parte ho ng kanilang comment ay yung tungkol sa mga pahayag nitong si Nicholas Kaufman. Nabanggit natin kanina, no? Itong si Kaufman na dating abogado ni former President Duterte ay naging napalitan na ho, ano? Napalitan na ni Peter Haynes na bagong lawyer ng defense team nitong si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. At ang pinupuna ng mga huwes ay yung pagpapa-interview nitong si Kaufman doon sa ilang pagkakataon. At tatlong instances ang binabanggit at kabilang dito yung punto ng kahilingan na nireiterate na huwag isa publiko yung mga bagay na hindi naman kinakailangan na maisa publiko. At huwag nang magsalita pa ng mga tungkol sa takbo ng kaso, lalo't hindi na bahagi itong si Kaufman ng naturang usapin. So mga kabombo, mga ka-Star Nation, tutok sa mga kaganapang ito at pati na dun sa mga reaksyon din hinggil dyan sa mga development po na yan sa ating patuloy na pagtugaygay dito sa Bombo Radio Philippines ng mga update mula sa International Criminal Court. At yan mga kabombo ang ating ihahatid sa kabuuan po ng ating pagtutok dyan. Lalo't ito ay hindi lamang usapin para sa Pilipinas, kundi ito ay tinututukan din ng international community. May impact ho ito, lalo't isang dating leader ng bansa ang siya hong nakasalang dito sa naturang mga proseso, mga kabombo. Manatiling nakaantabay sa mga palatuntunan ng Bombo Radio Philippines para updated ho kayo sa atin pong mga kaganapan at pati na yung iba pang mahalagang paksa. At mamaya alas 6 po ng gabi, hahatid namin ang mga pinakahuling development hinggil naman sa malalaking kaganapan sa bansa sa ating Bombo Network News. At mula rito sa Bombo News Center, Makati, this is Bombo Radio Philippines, the #1 and most trusted source of news and information. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Most trusted source of news and information. Visit our website at www.bomboradio.com. Follow us on Bombo Radio mobile app, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter. Like, share, and stay connected. Anytime, anywhere.